Thank you for joining us for Talks with Tyler ISD, a podcast about the people that have a heart for our students. I'm your host, Jennifer Hines, and joining us today is Jessica Brown. She works with a lot of our students here at the Career and Technology Center. Jessica, tell us a little bit about what your title is, what your role is here.
Sure. So my role for the district is the CTE, Work-Based Learning Coordinator, and CTE, of course, is Career and Technical Education. So I work with a lot of our business community to find opportunities and partnerships for our students.
And so you've been here for about 4 years now, but you also have a larger background in doing this type of work. Tell us about that.
Sure. So I started here at the Career and Technology Center in 2018. Prior to that, I was at the University of Texas at Tyler. I worked in the College of Business and Technology, promoting events, doing marketing and things like that.
And currently you're also a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and that helps you with business connections.
Absolutely, yes. So I'm part of what is called the Contact Club with membership services. So I participate in a lot of events and help bring in new members and attend a lot of networking events.
And business connections is really what this is all about, because this gives students the opportunity to find internships, get that real world experience out there. Tell us a little bit more about these business connections and what we're able to do and what we're able to offer students.
Sure. So my job, I always tell everybody, it's so fun. It's such an easy sell to go out and talk to businesses about what our students are doing and how they can plug in. So we offer internships, job shadowing opportunities, partnerships like mentoring and things like that. We love bringing professionals into the classroom. Any way that we can help our students connect the skills and what they're learning in the classroom to the real world.
And so how do students get to be a part of these internships? Is it for certain grades? Is it a certain time of year? Is it a certain field? What does that look like?
Sure. So we really work primarily with our advanced CTE courses. So that's our juniors and seniors. When they're in their senior year, we love to place them out in the community in an internship where they can actually go during their class period, work with a business professional in the office setting so that they can see what that looks like. We provide opportunities at the junior level too. A lot of that's more shadowing or bringing professionals in the classroom, but yeah, we like to, plug them in any way we can.
And so not only are they learning skills in this hands-on environment, they're also learning, which is something a lot of people have actually been talking about, kind of the buzzword of the soft skills lately. They're learning two different types of skills.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're learning how to connect what we've learned in the classroom and that knowledge, but also those soft skills, which is learning how to be presentable at a business, how to speak to business professionals, how to maybe answer a phone even while they're there. Things that some people just don't think about and think that that's just something we should know to do. But until you've been placed in a setting where you can practice it, that's something that's really valuable for our students. So they learn how to interact with people in an office setting. They learn how to email, just some of those skills that are really important with our day-to-day.
Some of those that you don't even think about as being important because they're so ingrained.
Yes.
Once you are in the workforce, you forget, okay, we actually need to train them how to do this before they get to the workforce. What I love about this is that the students, they apply for these internships, so not everybody gets it. They're motivated because they want to be in this specific area, so I kind of feel like it's a win-win. When your student is eager to learn, it definitely creates for a more successful student outcome for sure.
For sure.
I'd love to know a little bit more about the wide range of internships that are available and the skills that the students are able to learn about through these opportunities, because there are a ton of different types of internships that are available.
Oh, absolutely, yes. So with Career and Technical Education, we have so many different pathways. We have 27 different programs of study. So we like to provide opportunities in all of those different programs. So, for marketing, that could be students doing something as simple as helping a business create social media posts and help them market some of the events and things they may have going on. Our criminal justice students, they intern and job shadow at places like a judge's office. We've had some at the Smith County Judge's Office with Judge Moran. We have students that partner with local law enforcement agencies. We have some that have been to the district attorney's office. Health science, they go out and do clinical rotations at Christus Trinity Mother Francis. We have pharmacy tech students go to local pharmacies. So it's really across the board. Any of those 27 different programs of study, we love to place students. Our EMT students do ride-along in ambulances. I mean, graphic design, AV students are out working with businesses. I feel like I could just go on and on.
Yes, I mean, it looks like there's a wide variety outside, but you also have internships inside where they do rotations at some of our elementary and middle school campuses. What do they do when they do those rotations?
Correct. Yeah, we have education students both at Tyler High and Legacy, and those students go out to the middle school and elementary campuses that are closest to their home campus, their high school campus, and they go in and work with those teachers in the classroom and help, maybe lead or design a lesson and get that experience so that they can continue on after graduation.
So these specific internships that are tied to their pathways, that really helps them to be prepared for moving on to the next level in that specific career pathway. Tell us a little bit more about how you have seen some of the students take those internships to the next level.
Sure. One of my favorite ones, it was one of the first internships I got to place. We had a student that was in accounting and finance. She had an interest in that area, and we placed her with our business partner with Southside Bank. She was really interested in that internship. They even kind of bent some of the requirements and let her start at 17 because they originally came to us and said, okay, 18 and up. And this student was really, really gung-ho about it, wanted to do it. So I talked to them, said she's a great student. They interviewed her, they loved her, took her on in the internship. After she graduated high school, they hired her on. They promoted her multiple times, and she's an assistant branch manager now at the White House location.
Wow. I mean, talk about seeing that internship turn into her career and just working her way up. I love to hear that. That's absolutely amazing. One of the ones that comes to my mind, because in the communications department, we covered this story, but it's Christopher Whitmore at Hood Packaging. It was so neat to see how he was able to go and work with them, work on an engineering-based design for a need that they had. And they actually chose his design, and he got to see that design come to fruition. So it's pretty cool because he now, I mean, he's a freshman now, but last year he was a senior. Yeah. He could put that on his resume of, I've already done this. Like, this is true real-life work experience, and that goes on his resume.
Oh, absolutely. We love the connections the students make, but having something really to put on the resume that shows I've studied this and I've got some experience in it, just means so much. Christopher was an engineering student, so he's continuing on now in college doing that, but he actually, this past summer, reached out to Hood Packaging since he had made that connection and said, hey, can I come back and do some stuff for you? So he did that on his own, and they welcomed him back, and I mean, he had a great time working on a few other things for him.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that's great to also see that he was able to take the initiative, and that relationship, that business connection for that specific student was able to go beyond his high school career.
Absolutely.
Neptune is another one where you've had a success story, I understand.
Yeah, they've been a great partner for us. They've taken on quite a few students now since I first started in this role, but we had a student that started there shortly after I came into this position too, and they hired her on for a paid internship opportunity. A lot of times our internships are unpaid, which is fantastic. We love the unpaid internship opportunities because really it's all about the experience.
Right.
But Neptune decided to go ahead and pay this student because of her skill set and the certification she already had in graphic design. And so she helped them with creating different ads and things that they had. They hired her on. She continued working there part-time while she was going to TJC, and now she's at UNT.
And continuing that graphic design pathway.
And she has quite the portfolio now to show with all the stuff she did here at the CTC, but also everything she got to do at Neptune.
And so she is going to be ready for the workforce by the time that she graduates.
Yes, for sure.
Ah, that's incredible. I love to hear these stories. And I'm sure that there are businesses out there that are thinking right now, how do I get to be a part of this? I would love to not only support the students of Tyler ISD with a work-based learning opportunity, but they can also benefit from an intern helping them out. It definitely is a win-win situation for sure. So what do businesses need to know in terms of being able to be a part of this program?
I tell people, reach out to me anytime. We love placing students all throughout the school year because sometimes our students, we start them out right as the school year starts in the fall, but others we start in the spring after they've already completed their certification. So if you think this would be a good fit for you, I would say just reach out to me. You can call me, email me, stop by. I can come see you. Anything we can do to kind of talk and get things moving. I mean, we can start as small or as big as anybody wants.
So that's kind of the process, is it just starts with that initial contact, and then there's a meeting or kind of an interview process to see what their needs are and to see kind of what matches with what we already have in place. And then you build it from there, and it's really kind of custom to what that company needs, but also what that company can offer, correct?
Absolutely, yes. So we definitely want it to be, like you said, a win-win for both the business and our students. So that means I make sure that it fits in with what our students are learning here on the educational side so they can apply those skills and knowledge they've learned. But we also want it to be a win-win for the business. So we need to know what they need, and that's how we match those students. What fits them, what fits our business, and we put them together and they can interview them and kind of go from there. But we definitely want it to be something where they benefit as well. And
then there's definitely that follow-up and contact throughout the year between you and the business and evaluating the student.
Yes. So periodically I'll go and check on students and get on-site evaluations from the employer and the student just to make sure things are going well and things are still, jiving right, and that we're really covering what they're learning in the classroom as well. But that way our students get feedback too on how they're doing, because some of them haven't had that before. So those evaluations mean a lot. And so our students and myself and the instructor can sit down, review those, and maybe do some coaching on, hey, make sure that, if you're going to be late or, you're going to miss because of a school function you have to attend, that you call, text, whatever it is the employer set up with you. But just kind of coaching and going through what that looks like, so that they learn that now before they're hired on in a real job.
Well, we are definitely blessed to live in a community where so many businesses, government entities, nonprofits support our students with these work-based learning opportunities. It definitely adds to our mission of successful student outcomes, and I just think it is a great business connection and business partnership. Someone that is interested in doing this, and you did mention that interns are year-round, so you can start right now, you can start next month, whatever it works for them. What is the best way for them to contact you?
I would say reaching out by phone or email. I have that on me all the time, so you can always reach me by phone or email, and I'll always respond. I'm happy to work with anybody, so... like I said, I love popping in places and visiting with people. So if you want me to come by and do that, I can do that as well. But yeah, we can go over what you're looking for and what, your needs are.
And so email address, super simple to remember, jessica.brown@tylerisd.org. Definitely drop you a line if you're interested. What is one thing that you would love for businesses to know about employing a career and technology education student, an intern at Tyler ISD?
I would say no opportunity you can provide is too small. Just know that whatever it is that you want to do with our students is going to be beneficial. Whether that be as, a full-blown internship, it could just be job shadowing one day, whatever that might be, it makes an impact and it makes a difference for our students. We've had students attend, a half-day event or go to an office and see somebody and visit with them about what they do. And sometimes those simple interactions, shape what a student may do in the future. We've had some change their idea of what they thought they'd major in college. We have some change what they're going to do right after high school just because of those interactions. So just know whatever it is that you want to provide, it makes a difference.
It does. And I think one thing that's super important is not only does it help them to realize what they may want to do, but they can also figure out like what they don't want to do. I know that when I was a senior, I went and spent a day, I wanted to be a forensic scientist working with DNA in a crime lab. Like that was what I wanted to do, and loved science. Well, I went one day and I was able to kind of experience what a day in the life of one of them was like. And while I loved the science and the the mystery of what different things were going on and figuring that out, I knew that I could not spend all day in a lab coat with like one other person or by myself working alone. Right. I knew I had to be around people because I'm a people person. So while I loved it, I knew it was not the career path for me. So I think that's important too for students to figure out at a younger age. oh, this is really what it's like. It's not what I thought it was going to be like.
Absolutely.
And to then maybe pivot and shift to another area, and that allows them to discover a pathway that might more align with their personality and their goals.
Absolutely. I always tell people it's just as beneficial for a student to get in something and decide they hate it as it is for them to love it. At least we can cross that off the list and help you move on to what you might want to do next.
Yes. So again, a win-win situation there as well. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. We appreciate your time, and thank you for listening. We hope that you enjoyed getting more information about this, and we hope that if you're a business leader out there that you reach out and come join us for these work-based learning opportunities. Be sure to subscribe to Apple Podcast and Spotify, and be sure to share this episode with your friends and family.